Hello, Sam from Sound on Sound magazine here. I'm at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California. But when I'm not in the NAMM show in Anaheim, California, I've spent an awful lot of my life living in Cambridge, in England. And the only, as far as I'm aware, well-known manufacturer of audio equipment from Cambridge itself, as opposed to the villages outside Cambridge, was PYE. And PYE ceased trading sometime in the late 70s. But some of their equipment is now incredibly sought after. And so much so that this man, Avidis, has recreated the legendary PYE compressor.
Yes, and we wanted to recreate it. We wanted to do it right. And, my background has always been in British circuits, understanding the direct coupled Class A circuits, how the transformers were wound. So it was really nothing that was very new to me, even though I really had to learn the PYE stuff. I worked with a lot of Neve equipment, Calrec, Audix here. But the PYE stuff was really a challenge. And I wanted to do it right. And I've seen these beautiful old pulse width modulation PWM style compressors. And it sounded so nice to me. And I thought, let me replicate it, let me do it right. And so that's what we have here. Everything about it, every little part of the circuit, even where the components are placed in the same spot.
So I guess PWM compression is not something that everyone has come across before,
Right.
because it's not one of the more usual compression topologies. Explain a little bit about how that works.
Well, you have diode bridge, you have FET, you have, but PWM is pulse width modulation. It actually just takes your audio, chops it up 200,000 times a second. So it actually has a 200 kilohertz oscillator that mixes in with the audio, and then it has to be filtered out. So I know that sounds like it's gonna ruin your sound, but it actually doesn't. It sounds very smooth. And it's a really good way to include energy with your audio, but then remove it proportionally with how you have the dial.
Okay, cool. So what was so difficult about the PYE circuit to recreate?
Really, getting the oscillator to behave correctly was one challenge, and they had a discrete circuit. Nowadays, you can use an IC chip to do this. But back then, they did it with discrete circuitry, discrete transistors all through hole, which are really hard to find. Also, the output transformer was really a challenge. The output transformer of this thing is a balanced Class A transformer, and replicating it is nearly impossible. But we actually bought a transformer winding machine. We studied it. We took one apart. Imagine taking a $16,000 unit and taking the transformer out of it and tearing it apart and making notes for every little piece, every little layer. It was a challenge to recreate, but we recreated it. But then we found ways that we can improve it, because the way the transformers were wound in England back in the 70s versus what we can do today, we can actually improve some things about it today, bring back some low end, make it consistent.
You mean consistency from sample to sample?
From sample to sample. Because, how they were wound back then, we found some inconsistencies of the various output transformers during that time, when we were studying it.
And you've actually acquired the rights to the PYE name and the logo as well.
Yeah, we did. We've been working on it for a long, long time, and had our friend and lawyer help us get it.
Wow, well, it's really clearly a labor of love there. So is this going to be available to buy soon?
Yeah, I would say in about a month or 2 months. We're still tweaking on the transformer a little bit. And so in about 2 months, we should have it available.
And what sort of price are we going to be looking at?
We don't really know yet, but we always design and manufacture it first, and then we think of what could we sell for. We're thinking about $3,500 to $4,000, which is a lot cheaper than the $16,000, $17,000 of the old ones, if you even find them, So $3,500 to $4,000 is probably going to be the target price when we're all done with it.
Wow, well, that's, like you say, that's certainly a bargain compared with the price of an original PYE compressor, if you can find one. And I notice you've also got these little boxes labeled PYE on top of these, like a DI box or something?
Yeah, these are just attenuators. If you want to attenuate your signal coming out of your DAW and go into a mic pre. That's what these do. These are, we made some smaller pi transformers, alpha transformers, and we put them in this box. So if you just want to have a ground isolation box, if you want to unbalanced equipment, or if you want to have some coloration, if you want to pick it up by 6 dBs, these boxes will definitely do that. And that's about $300 a box, so pretty good price. We also have our patented ground lift system in that box as well. So you can have not just ground isolation, but complete isolation between one system to the other.
Wow, well, I'm really looking forward to getting my mitts on one of these to try out in the future. Thanks so much, Avidas. Have a great show.
Thank you.